Hey guys, here's a cool fight scene scenario that a subscriber named Zippy came up with in my previous video, which I think is going to be really fun to make a series on. Now, I already do the fight analysis videos, who would win in this scenario or that scenario between this character or that character, but what I think would be interesting is to combine current Cobra Kai characters and matching them up with Karate Kid characters when, they were the same age in the 80s. So today's video, to start it all off, we'll start with Johnny Lawrence 1984 at the start of Karate Kid fighting Miguel Diaz somewhere in the middle of season 2. Now we can't say at the end of season 2 because, well, yeah. So Johnny fighting Miguel would be really interesting. Here we have Johnny, who was at the top of his dojo, the captain of Cobra Kai, if you will. John Kreese's best student against his own trained best student 37 years later. Now I'm gonna get into the nitty-gritties of it, but I gotta say I think both fighters equally have their talents and their faults. The thing that would make me choose Miguel is that he's trained by a more experienced Johnny, in basically a young Johnny's body. He's essentially Johnny in Karate Kid if current Johnny hopped in a DeLorean and traveled back in time to perfect his skill. Johnny taught Miguel the techniques that he used to be the best at his age, jump-starting him on his karate journey, and of course, perfected over 30 years. Now, of course, he probably wasn't training over those 30 years, as we saw in the beginning few episodes of season 1, but the memory and the experience is still there. If we take note, Miguel's first fight in the tournament used the crane kick. This shows the evolution of Johnny's understanding of karate and how he implemented the old ways of 1984's John Kreese Cobra Kai to the 2020 Johnny Lawrence Cobra Kai. Or, for my OG fans who have been here for 2 years now, from YouTube Red 2018. Now, I think Johnny was a far more aggressive fighter than Miguel, which is saying something, since Miguel is pretty hardcore, especially after Sam broke up with him and he was going through that teen angst phase. However, if we go with end of season 2 Miguel, or right before he gets yeeted, he might start to show mercy, and Johnny 1984 was by far the most merciless being that ever existed. So he would get absolutely totaled by Johnny if it's the current Miguel. Technique-wise, they would be pretty similar, with the point going to Miguel for reasons already stated, such as him learning from a Johnny 2.0 update kind of thing. However, the issue would then be physical, and this is where everything takes a total turn. Now, I'm not saying size matters in a fight, but sometimes it does when you're evenly ranked. Let's just ignore one of my favorite movies of all time, Rocky IV, and let's continue with this analysis. Johnny is just a bigger dude. This would help him with his reach and overall weight and muscle mass over Miguel. Johnny's 6 foot, while Miguel, according to Google, or should I say Xolo Maraduena, and I hope I said that right, is 5'8", but he's still growing, so that might be wrong. Regardless, it's safe to say Johnny is bigger and taller. Now, while Miguel would use more methodology to his fighting and possibly be a little more level-headed, kind of like a Daniel-Johnny hybrid, we can expect 1984 Johnny to absolutely crush Miguel, whether they were in a tournament or on the street. I feel like Johnny would just rush into the fight right away and really surprise Miguel. Even though Miguel is aggressive, I feel like Johnny would have the upper hand. And now here's the kicker that pretty much ends it all. At this point in time, we know Johnny has been training for years since he was a kid, whereas Miguel, while extremely talented and gifted and has tons of heart, has been at it for maybe 1 year. Take all that into context with the fact that Johnny was trained from the super evil John Kreese, or I should say the hardcore John Kreese, and Miguel was trained from the more forgiving Johnny Lawrence, but still hardcore in his own right. Now, I think maybe in season 3 or 4 we can come back to this fight analysis and reassess, but for now, Johnny Lawrence 1984 would beat present-day Miguel. And let me know if you disagree. I'd love to come back to this video and talk about some points. But as always, thank you so much for watching this one. Let me know what other characters we should team up against each other, or rather not team up. Well, you know what? That's actually kind of a good idea. We could even team them up, have like maybe Hawk and Daniel LaRusso versus Johnny and Tory or something like that. Lots of fun can be had here, for sure. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one on Cobra Kai Theory. Until then, remember, pain does not exist in this dojo, does it? No, Sensei!